What is up, everybody, and welcome to a new episode of Jivin with Jack right here on the Pop Culture Corner. We have a lot to talk about and go over and discuss today. I'm hyped up. I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. Before we get started, as always, guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the show. We love having you here. We love discussing things with you. We love engaging with you. It's what we do it for, so make sure, share with your friends, let everybody know that we're live because, like I said, we have some fun, hot topics to talk about today. Before we get started, as always, I do want to give a shout out to our members, the people who go a little bit above and beyond and give to the channel, help out. We can't do it without you guys, and it allows us to be able to do a lot of other things. So quick shout out to Saggy Melons, Benson's, Prakash Swain, DC Talk with Extended, Adam Silvestri, That One Carlos, Resident Justice, Billy Robert, Nick Carr, John Rodell, Justin Hines, Kinky Sphincter, Caiden Reed, Sean Adame, Nick DePalma, Jack S, T Rob, Alien LV 1023, and I know Roblox is on there. This is the wrong list. Shout out Roblox because I know he'll bring it up later. Shout out Roblox. Thank you so much, man. Excuse me. You guys are the best. We couldn't do it without you. And remember, you guys can join the membership for as low as $2.99. Helps us do fun things like skits, fun videos, different events, and it just helps us, pay the bills around here. So definitely make sure and do that. And also, we got a lot of fun events coming up. We'll be covering Terum at the end of the month for Netflix. We'll be covering, obviously, DC Fandom in October. So lots of fun stuff coming up at the Pop Culture Corner. Definitely stay tuned. Stick around for that. But before we get started, I do want to bring in a couple of guests that we have today. As everybody knows, Jack has been doing business. If anybody knows, he does business sometimes outside of town with his dad and stuff. And so he's been doing that. And shout out to Jack wherever he is from, wherever he's tuning in from. But before we get started, let's bring in today's co-host. And if anybody else decides to come in, I did send a link out to a few people. What's up, Caiden? How you doing,
What's
man?
up? Nothing much.
Look at this. This is a nice little background here and
I
everything.
know.
New background and look at that. So how you doing, man? It's been a while. It's been a minute since I feel like I know I was able to join in for a little bit on the panel yesterday, and then Tuesday we skipped out. I went on the Point Extra Lounge because there's a lot of drama that happened there with Neurotic and some of these other YouTubers that are just what seems like possibly they're in the a Matrix in another reality. Just absolute tone deaf nonsense pieces of garbage those people are. But we'll move on from that. But obviously, lots of big news. Actually, do we have the breaking news thing, Caiden? I know this is
Do we? No, we don't.
No? Oh my god.
We can use transition.
All right. Let's do. All right, guys. There is some breaking news just in. Before we bring that in, let's bring in our third guest of today. He's a good friend. Oh, there he is, Gavin. What's up, man?
What's up, man? How's it going?
How you doing, bud? It's going good. Going good. I'm glad you're here, man, because there's some nerdy stuff to talk about today. Some.
I know. I had to watch all the PlayStation stuff real quick because I missed it.
Oh, I had to watch all of it. Talking about it. Oh, we're gonna be talking about it.
I literally speed watched the whole PlayStation thing.
I decided. So Metaverse was having a stream, and he was having some difficulty sharing his screen and stuff. So I went over to help out, and then ended up reacting and watching a few of the trailers, and they showed the Spider-Man and Wolverine thing, and it's literally just him and I screaming at the top of our lungs for about 30 seconds straight. So that's always fun. But before we get into that, like I said, some quick breaking news. If you want to do a quick little transition, Caiden. Okay, guys. Yes, Caiden is so on top of it. He read my mind.
Yeah.
Yes. Halloween Kills was just moved, or not moved. It will release on the same date as
doing what HBO Max does.
October, as October 15th. But it will now also release simultaneously on Peacock. Do we know, Caiden, if this is for an extra
It's just
price?
Peacock Premium, so it's just like HBO Max, where it's just like HBO Max, where you have to be paying the non-ad version.
Wow. That's
So
wild.
so
That's a
it's
big man.
so
That's
Peacock is
funny.
free unless you pay for the
Right. For the
the
ad.
$3.99 and the $5.99 one.
So that's
So
funny because I remember it was about a year ago that Jason Blum came out and was like, "We're not putting this on streaming." That they
no,
were going to
I
wait
think it's
for.
because of the mixed reviews and Boss Baby.
Yes, that was something I was seeing was that
Because
the reviews started to come out and people were very
act like slasher films are supposed to be like these masterpieces of films and stuff like that.
right. The
And
first one was really good. I did like the first one.
it was. And then like a Variety did the worst reporting of the review ever, saying it's like the Chainsaw Massacre when it
Right.
was not supposed to be like the Chainsaw Massacre. They got that completely wrong. I don't know what movie they watched, but everyone was criticizing Variety on that whole thing. So
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Gavin, what do you see? Have you seen the Halloween movies?
So I saw the first one back in the day, and then I saw the most recent one.
Okay.
That's all I've seen because
Cool.
I don't know. I don't know if that's like I don't know because I've heard people say the second one was really good back in the day, second one, but I don't.
I
I've
haven't
only
seen.
seen the first one, the old first
Yeah.
one, and the new first one.
That's literally all I've seen too. And for me, I love them. I think they're great. I think they're I don't know. They're not really scary to me. Especially that last newer one I thought was kind of fun. Andrew Casale, yeah, guys. Of course, quick shout out to everybody in the chat, Gabe and Andrew and whoever else is watching. Thank you guys so much. But no, yeah, I enjoyed it, and I hope this one's good. I mean, I definitely have been looking forward to it. I know they've got a third one in the pipeline as well. But yeah, guys, that's the breaking news. Halloween 2 is also going to release on Peacock simultaneously, same day as its theatrical release. They're doing the HBO Max thing, so we'll see how that works out for them because everybody's in love with Warner Brothers right now, right, guys?
Yeah.
Am I right? So anyway, Roblox, what's up? Good to see you. Little Big City Studios, shout out Little Big City. Good to see you. That's I can't address that on the show, but shout out. But guys, so PlayStation just held an event. Now I'm not a PlayStation guy. I'm a Microsoft guy. I have my here. There we go. Got the Xbox Series X right there. But I think I'm gonna have to buy a PlayStation 5.
Dude, they have so many exclusives.
Because
Why?
these games. So I'm not only that's the thing. I'm watching this, I'm screaming, I'm freaking out at this event, and I'm thinking not only am I going to be out of pocket what, $600 for the PlayStation 5, but with all the exclusive games they announced, I'm also going to be out of pocket like another $300 because I'm going to get like of course the ultimate editions of all of those. So, to get started, I don't even know where to start. Let's just start with they showed a teaser and announced a Wolverine game from Insomniac Games.
I have the Spider-Man one share.
Yeah. Okay, you got Spider-Man. Okay. Well, then we'll come back to Wolverine.
Oh no, I do have Wolverine.
Oh, good. Yeah. Let's watch this because boy, oh boy, I'm so excited for this dude. They showed this teaser. And like as soon as the claws came out, I just started screaming top of my lungs.
Dude, yeah, exactly. I didn't even know it was. I was like, "Was this Spider-Man? What is it? Insomnia? What is it?" And I did not know what it was until the claws came out. I was like, "What the?" I was like, "What the hell?"
Right, dude. Oh my gosh. So let's watch it. Let's see this thing. Insomniac is they got it down with the Spider-Man games. You got Miles Morales. I know they had some involvement. I don't know how much involvement they had in the Avengers game, which I didn't play. Gavin, did you play the Avengers game?
I did, and I don't think it
I
was
heard it was pretty
Insomniac.
good.
I think it wasn't great. It wasn't
Yeah.
great,
Okay.
but I don't think Insomniac made that
It
one.
was someone
Or if
else.
they, yeah, or if they did, it wasn't
New.
like
It was a
major.
new game studio, I believe.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Oh, you know what? You're right.
Insom
It was Square Enix. It was Square Enix did
Square
it. You're
Enix. Yeah.
right. Um.
Um.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, dude, I'm so hyped for this. I don't know if you guys ever played. So back in the day, and it's so funny because nobody ever talks about this game. But oh man, if I had the cover, no, I don't. Back in the day, after X-Men Origins Wolverine came out, they released a game. It was a gaming game.
Yeah. Exactly. Awesome.
It was rated M. It was rated M, and it was 20,000 times better than the movie. And it was. I still, think it's possibly one of the best superhero games I've ever played. Dude, that was like free roam Wolverine in all these different scenarios, just like literally slashing people in half. I remember
It
having to
was
kill.
so much crazier than the original Origins. Like there was a
You know what?
Sentinel in the game.
Caden, could you look up the trailer for X-Men Origins Wolverine the game? Because I would love to show that and then talk about where we want to see this new Wolverine game go, because I definitely wanted to have that same like gory style. That was, and the cinematics of that were phenomenal as well. It's a severely, and I think they should. And I check every now and again if they're gonna like make it backwards compatible, but I think it's because it's Marvel and obviously now they have a deal with PlayStation that it doesn't, they won't do it. But
Yeah, the thing is, cinematics are always good for the games. I just want to see the gameplay. Like how is this game gonna play? It's not like Spider-Man or like some people have rumored Daredevil. Like it's gonna be more ground level.
All right, so here's the trailer for the Wolverine game, X-Men Origins. It came out, I think it's like 2008. Share your audio, Caden.
Did I not share it? I pressed the box.
Oh yes, Andrew. We are that is next. We are approaching that right next. We're just talking about this Wolverine game that was announced from Insomniac. I want to do a quick little comparison here. Obviously, this is the Wolverine game from 2008, and it was based off the movie. That again, this game was like, dude, this game was so fire. I would honestly buy a 360 to replay this.
Dip around these parts. The only one filled with rage. Open fire! The only one with things he's ashamed of.
Yeah.
Destroying everything in your path.
This game was so much better than the movie.
So much better. Yeah, like you said, they got a Sentinel in here. Let's go.
Too bad, mon ami.
The jungle stuff
made a
was so
pretty
much
good
fun.
team if we weren't trying to kill each other.
That was not the Gambit fight in the movie.
No, not at all. And it was fun, man. The gameplay of this was so much fun. Yep. Now that was from the movie. That was the best part.
Blob.
That was, yeah. So I guess the one thing that the trailer can't show, like this game had him like straight up removing heads, like splitting people in two. We're talking like some Mortal Kombat type kills and stuff. It was pretty crazy. So I definitely hope that they keep that aspect of it. And also the game maneuvers and things that you could do were a lot of fun too. But I can't wait. Anything Wolverine, sign me up, take my money, I'm in. But obviously next, and I know Andrew's waiting for it, Spider-Man 2 was announced at the PlayStation event, and wow, what a trailer, what an announcement. It sounds like it starts off with Craven, and then obviously
Craven's definitely talking.
Right.
He's the one talking the back.
We get a surprise reveal at the end here, so let's take a look.
For as long as I can remember, I have looked for an equal. One who could push me.
Some superior spider type
One
shit.
who could surprise me. One who could even beat me. Yet all I found is disappointment. Will one of you finally give me what I desire? Yes, we will.
Woo! Wow. 2023, man. Wow. Well, dude, Venom in a game.
And Craven. I think it might be this. So you have Venom for this game. Spider-Man 3 will be Craven and Norman Osborn or Green Goblin.
Well, Craven has his own movie, right?
Craven's got his own movie coming. Yeah.
You think that might have anything to do with it, like getting that hype up, putting Craven in a video game?
Or exactly, familiarizing people more with the character. Yeah, it's very possible. It seems more like this is Craven making some sort of deal with Venom.
Right.
Something to bring in the Spider-Man. So that's
exciting. You know what it sounds like to me? I was sorry to interrupt, but I was going to put a thought across that. So a lot of Craven comics is him being challenger. He wants to find a challenge. He wants to hunt. He wants, like he says in the comics, he wants the prey to become the predator for him. He wants to be challenged, and so I feel like there's going to be a theme of he's trying to find his new rival, and I think Venom and Spidey are going to compete to beat Craven's new rival and see if they can beat him. Which is I love how Venom said we, talking about him and Eddie or Harry or whoever is Venom, and then you have Miles and Peter, and then I don't think Craven and Venom are actually going to team up. I think Craven's looking for his next rival, quote unquote.
Right. And it's very possible too that maybe they'll do the Spider-Man. Spider-Man does get infected with the symbiote suit, takes on Craven that way. Because it seems like based off that trailer, it's like we'll give you what you want. Almost like he's saying I'm your he is the challenger. He wants to challenge Craven in a sense. So I think that'd be sick if they did something like that. I loved the first Spider-Man game. That was so good.
Oh, really good.
And the Miles Morales game was good. Which shout out to my boy Nate if he's watching. I played it on his PlayStation. So shout out. That game is, dude, seriously, I think I went over one night and I started playing it and I just decided I'm going to sleep here, and I didn't sleep. And so I just stayed up when it was right after it came out. I just stayed up and I played the game the whole night through. It was great. He slept, he went to work and everything. He came back. I'm like, I finished. But I looked.
He's like, wait, you're still here?
Yeah, you're still here. You're still in my house. Yeah. I mean, that's a great game. That alone is that and the God of War games are reason enough for me to get a PlayStation. I've thought about it, but obviously now it's kind of like I said, I have to. But the last couple big
also
trailers.
Tony Todd is voicing Venom.
Venom, yeah, that's cool.
Wait, who's voicing Venom?
Tony
Todd.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Candyman. So, dude, I'm excited. There's two other trailers I want to talk about real quick.
Two.
Before we two. Yeah.
Two.
So one was, and now this is the big one for me. This, honestly, I love Spider-Man. I love the Spider-Man games, but them alone isn't enough for me to get a PlayStation. They announced this, and I was like, I got to start prepping. The remaster.
Oh, damn.
Oh, the remake of
Knights of the
KOTOR.
Old Republic. Yes.
KOTOR.
Take all my money. Take all my money. Take everything I have. That is the one game that I've been saying for years that they should remaster and remake. And I am so stinking excited that they're doing it. I know right now it's only been announced as a PlayStation exclusive. It's possible that it'll get other consoles as well. I mean, it's Star Wars. I would think for their benefit, they would put it on other consoles. But, I mean, still, that game obviously is legendary in itself. And I can't wait to see that with, like, the new graphics and the new... just all the new stuff that they have, like now all the new technology that they've updated it with. So that's a big one for me. And then obviously too, God of War Ragnarok. I don't know if you guys are God of War fans.
I did. I played the first one religiously.
I love them. I love the God of War games. They put out a really sick trailer for Ragnarok. You got like Thor. They're looking for Odin.
Yeah, we got Thor talking. We got his We got some dialogue from Thor, which is crazy.
I can't wait. That's another one that to see that with the new graphics and the new consoles that they've updated.
Did you see Tier?
They also showed a remastered of GTA 5.
Nobody cares.
No one gives a fuck.
No one gives. Look. Here's the thing. I'll address it since you brought it up, Caiden. I don't care unless it's GTA 6. I don't care. I'm not buying an 8th copy of GTA 5. It's not going to happen.
They said for 2 years that they're going to make GTA 6. And they're like, nope, new GTA 5.
3 damn times. 3 damn times for the same game. Ain't happening again. And that is...
It's like how Skyrim just does it every year. They're like, Skyrim's like the new remastered one because we can never make another good Elder Scrolls game. So just have this other remastered.
Which, I mean, and that is one though that I'll give it because it's like the amount of gameplay. Dude, I can put 800 hours of gameplay into that.
Of Skyrim. Oh yeah. I mean, it's probably one of my favorite games, but still, like they don't. Yes. It barely is a remaster.
No, you're right. It is, and I would love to see it remastered for the new consoles as well. But yeah, guys. So overall, what do you guys think? What has you most hyped? What has you most interested? You got
Spider-Man 2,
Spider-Man. Caiden, do you even play video games?
Not as much, but I think these 2 games will probably get me.
And ladies and gentlemen,
as I was saying that these 2 games will probably get me into them more, and then you took me out. So they missed all of that.
I'm telling you guys got to hop on Fortnite. I literally have the entire Marvel.
He's been trying to get me to play Fortnite.
What you laughing at, dude? I got Iron Man. I got Iron Man in the gold suit. I got Wolverine. I got Wolverine in a gold suit. I got
You've
Groot.
Been trying to get me play
I got Groot,
motherfucker.
I know, yeah. I do enjoy my Fortnite. But no, I feel definitely Spider-Man 2. I think that and Wolverine are probably take the cake. Gavin, which
no, I think it's KOTOR.
Really?
Dude, Knights of the Old Republic. It's because, dude, I remember when I was little, bro, when we played like Xbox, not even 360, Xbox One, the OG.
Yep.
Old Republic, you would go and you could play the character, and you're like, oh, what? And then you're like, Revan, Dude, it was kind of unfair to put Revan in the trailer because that's just gonna hype up everybody. Because Revan is that dude. He like if anybody knows Legends or comics or anything like Revan's like the Anakin of like Legends.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I can't wait, dude. I mean, even now to this day I go back and I'll rewatch the updated cinematic that they did for it and remastered cinematic because it's just like, dude, this stuff is so good. It's some of the best Star Wars story that's out there, and the fact that they haven't used it in the movies or more remastered the game in so long is beyond
Yeah.
me.
I mean, it is.
Yeah, I
No,
can't
go ahead.
wait for that one. I think that might be the one that actually probably makes me get the PlayStation 5. But another big topic, another big thing happened today. I know Gabe. Yep, Gabe's been talking about
Hold
it.
on, before we get to that.
Yep.
Licorice Pizza. Well, Paul Thomas Anderson's film that he's doing, the coming of age film, the
With Bradley
1970s coming of
Cooper.
age film that stars Cooper Hoffman, the son of the late Philip
Right.
Seymour Hoffman, Alana Haim, Benny Safdie, and Bradley Cooper, is reportedly named Licorice Pizza.
Licorice
And
Pizza.
this is the title card.
Huh. That's
So,
interesting.
It's a coming of age story in the 1970s, so I'm sure it's like probably Cooper plays like a pizza delivery boy coming of age like that.
Right,
Because
right.
Paul Thomas usually tends to play into the title a lot
Right,
more.
and the time frame, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not the biggest Paul Thomas Anderson fan, to be honest. I only like one of his films, and that was There Will Be Blood.
Yeah.
He
There's
did
some
one
things
that
I
I
liked
saw.
about his other films, but
He did one. Actually, you know what? The Master. I did like The Master with Joaquin Phoenix and Philip Seymour Hoffman. I enjoyed that. There's one he did with called Inherent Vice that was just like kind of a mind.
Boogie Nights.
Boogie Nights was okay. You know, I didn't think it was that great.
I mean,
but,
his movies are good, but they're no Snowpiercer, if you know what I mean.
No.
Right. Oh, Gavin, by the way, did you heard about Snowpiercer? We watched a very interesting video. Did you see that?
Yes, no, I didn't know about it until I was watching your show. I'm like, what the hell is this shit?
Oh, I'm convinced. It's a sequel for sure. It is. It's definitely the continuation. Absolutely, 100%.
I definitely think the director has something in mind, like the whole
Oh yeah, absolutely.
little people, children working, and I'm like, what the hell?
Takes very small. Oh yeah. So, Caiden, Snowpiercer is a sequel. It's actually the sequel to Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. So, which Willy Wonka and Chocolate Factory? The Gene Wilder? Or
so I guess not necessarily Willy. It would be
or the book.
It would be a sequel to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. So
the book.
Wilford, right, in Snowpiercer is really Charlie.
Okay. That's a theory. Yeah. That's a major theory that people have.
Oh no, it's
fact.
It's fact.
It's actual.
It is
like
fact.
That's actually.
Yeah, Chris Evans tweeted. No, I'm kidding.
It's fact in my mind. It's fact in my head. It's fact in my mind. It's a very look already when you look at it. Willy Wonka is a pretty twisted story, and Snowpiercer just works perfectly as the sequel. And
I have this like idea of a Willy Wonka movie. It's bonkers, but
yeah, I mean, you could probably get away with doing like a Joker type Willy Wonka movie, honestly.
Oh, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, I think that's just but
because Willy Wonka is a psycho.
Yeah, right. I don't know. I thought that was interesting. Snowpiercer is a sequel to Willy Wonka. But hey, George, good to see you. Thanks for popping in. But
just George.
Yes, obviously, guys. Big news. Matrix 4 trailer dropped this morning.
No way.
After much anticipation, I just rewatched the Matrix films like a week ago, and I was freaking out this whole trailer. I just love this universe so much, and and I know people have issues. I don't know what you guys think about the sequels or the trilogy as a whole. I know some people have some issues.
I think 1 and 3 are good. 2 is.
I like all of them for what they are. I think I just
really like the first
enjoy the
one.
concept of the universe
I
so
enjoyed
much.
all of them.
Yeah.
But I would say it would go be like 1, 3, 2.
Okay. Yeah. Gavin, what do you think of the Matrix? Are you a Matrix fan?
So I was a real big fan of the first one because that's the only one I've seen. I haven't seen 2 or 3.
So, and what I'm hearing is that this film, Matrix Resurrections, is going to feel more of like a
It's meta. It's super
meta. Exactly, and it's going to be.
It's like Space Jam 2.
But they're saying it's going to be more of a sequel to the first Matrix than it is to 2 and 3. And so that I found interesting. Obviously, 2 and 3 will be acknowledged.
I'll tell you everything
we know Naomi is in the movie. We know, they'd mentioned certain things about Keanu's character and stuff. So we know like things will be acknowledged, but the Wachowskis have kind of made it seem like they're going to be going more from the first film. So I don't know if this is a reboot, if this is
Smith back.
Smith is not back, and Lawrence Fishburne are not back, which I find also very interesting. Instead,
tell you guys why at the end.
Recast Morpheus. Did you share your audio?
Oh, did I not?
Caiden, you're fuck. No, I'm kidding. No, I thought it was interesting. You have a younger Morpheus. You have Neil Patrick Harris as the therapist in here. All right, let's watch it.
Okay, so yeah, there's one part in there where a dude goes out of a police car and like his face turns and it looks like Smith. Do you anybody see that?
I know.
Oh yes, I know. Yeah. I know. Yes. Right,
yeah, right there. You see that?
Now they did get the other 2 actors, not Smith. So they are the other 2 actors that were henchmen are in there.
I'll say this. So this is like basically the plot of the movie is that Neo, goes to a therapist, Neil Patrick Harris, which Neil Patrick Harris is also an agent. The agent is working with Jonathan Groff's character, which is Agent Smith.
Jonathan Groff is Agent Smith?
Yes, but he's also a Warner Bros. Executive. The Warner Bros. Executive is making Neo live in this Matrix, so he's continuing the Matrix, so then he can make more money off the Matrix.
What? Oh my gosh! Okay, I'll be honest.
And then Agent Smith.
Okay. Well, we don't want to give away everything, but if that is the case, which I hope it's not, but I'm going to be pretty pissed off.
Wait, what the fuck?
Also, there's this.
I'm going to be pretty.
So a WB executive.
If that is the actual case, I'll tell you 2 things right now. If that's the case, A, the movie's going to bomb, and B, Wachowski's career is over. I'm telling you right now. Because as far as I'm concerned, all she has left is the Matrix.
Is this movie.
She is proven time and time again she's a terrible director outside of this movie. Cloud Atlas I like, and I give it has a lot of artistic stuff that I like, but
it was received bad.
It's not a great movie. It's not a great movie, and it was received poorly. Jupiter Ascending, I'm not even going to bring up that piece of garbage. But I'll tell you this: Jupiter Ascending was the one movie in the last 5 years I walked out of the theater. That's how bad it was. So, darn, dude, that makes me upset. I'm kind of mad that you told me that.
Wait, so a WB exec, so they're like embracing the fact that WB executives suck ass?
So they're going to go meta with it. They're going to make fun of themselves. They're going to make themselves look more like an ass.
Well, they did that with
Because
Space
nobody's
Jam
gonna
too.
find it funny. Nobody is gonna find that funny. Not
They did
one
that with Space
person.
Jam too.
Well, Space Jam
Yeah,
2 sucks.
look how well that was received.
Yeah. But in the third one, doesn't like Neo like have his eyes like totally like ruined? If I remember
Look,
correctly.
I'll be honest. I haven't seen the third one in a while. I know his character moves on, dies, or whatever. But
Yeah, as you can see, like the
he
machine
did
is
mention
bringing him back.
he mentioned in an interview a year ago that the last time we saw Neo, things looked pretty dire for him. And he even mentions his presumable death. So he never confirms that Neo actually dies at the end of the third Matrix film. So I'm sure they'll explain that. But dude, I'll be honest, I was thinking a completely different story,
I was thinking that it was going to be a lot more cooler than what Caiden said.
If that is really the case, and Caiden's usually right. I really hope you're wrong, bud. I really hope you're wrong, because if it is, I'll be devastated. I'll be devastated. I really will be. I'll be almost as devastated as I was as when I walked out of Batman versus Superman, the theatrical cut, probably. No, maybe even a little bit more.
Because there's not going to be an extended edition to save this movie.
Yeah, there's not going to be no extended edition, and God forbid that it needs one. Actually, probably makes it worse. I mean, again, the Wachowskis have not shown themselves to be great directors outside of this franchise, outside of these movies. Everything else that they've done has not been received well. Even Sense8 on Netflix, which it did have its little following, but not enough to continue it, not enough to to keep it going. So
yeah, look at the Speed Racer.
After hearing that, I'm concerned. I'm definitely I'm.
It's just like, why though? Like, why can't you have like a good businessman, like that evil, just generic businessman? Why do you have to make it like a meta WB executives? Don't you know who produces this thing? WB. It's gonna be so funny.
Right,
like,
and it's really because here's the thing: we already all know that this movie's being made for money. Like, you couldn't that was a given. As soon as they announced Matrix 4, everybody was like, "Oh yeah, money." Keanu's had a resurgence over the last few years. It makes sense. It's
like, okay, Keanu wants to do it because he wants to do it, but then you have people who are just like, I'm gonna, like, the cast of this whole thing wants to do it because it's Matrix. But then there's, the Lana Wachowski and the other crew members that are like, money.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I don't know. I'm gonna give the movie a shot, but if that is the case, definitely it's not headed for greatness. I can tell you that right now.
And I'll be real. I don't know if they can afford this movie because HBO Max, these premiere access theater movies are bombing. Like, I think.
But you have to understand they're bombing. So there's two different ways to look at this. Money wise, you're right. They're not making the amount of money that they used to make. But I wouldn't necessarily say they're bombing. They're still getting the views. People are still watching the movie. Most people are still liking their movies. Even with Suicide Squad,
I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about the amount of I'm talking about the amount of profit and the amount of like, okay, I'll put a good example. They are not going to make their money back for all these movies. Like, Godzilla vs. Kong made their money back, and so I call that a success. MK made their money back, but they had a lower budget. They still made their money back. I'll even call that a success. 84, not. Suicide Squad made 10 times less than their, it was not great at all than their budget.
I mean, like I said, there's two ways to look at it. And Warner Brothers, obviously, right now, and for some reason, for some time, has not cared about money. I don't understand why. They
that's all they used to care about.
They act like they do, but it's just poorly managed. I mean, here's the thing: there's two ways to look at it. Like I said, and Warner Brothers is looking at it this way: they're not looking at it right now as if the movie is financially successful. You're looking at it right now as with viewership. So like even Denis Villeneuve, right, has come out and said Dune 2 is pretty much a for sure. There's a very small chance that they won't make it. It all basically comes down to the viewership. How many people watch Dune? Which, another thing that HBO isn't releasing the numbers or the profits of anything.
Is
So
Dune the same day release?
yeah, Dune will be same day, as will
Okay.
Matrix, as will yep. They're same day. So I don't know. I mean, it's definitely hurtful. But at the same time, I give it to Warner Brothers that hopefully they're looking at it the right way, and that okay, if we're running it with this strategy, then we can't determine sequels and continuations based off financial box office, because obviously you're offering the movie on at home and in theaters the same day. You're gonna get probably pretty even split, but that definitely hurts the profit. But if people are watching, if people like it, the reviews seem to be
I
high
know.
for it seems that seems to be the strategy Warner's is taking right now.
Yeah,
Hopefully
definitely.
once Zaslav, comes in and it's that, I know with for next year for 2022, they've already signed an agreement that it's not going to be day and date movies. So I mean, we'll have to see here, but it's definitely Warner Brothers is definitely just all over the place now. Probably the
Yeah,
worst
like it's
company out there.
100%. And it's. I'll go back to what I said earlier. So here's the deal: when a movie, like let's say, okay, the thing about Shang-Chi is, and Shang-Chi is not same day release. So people say, well, Shang-Chi same day release is a bad thing. I'm like, I mean, it's two sides. It's a good thing and a bad thing for both sides. Because
Yeah.
so Black Widow had an advantage over Shang-Chi. Why? Because people who weren't going to go to the theater anyways, like Shang-Chi just lost that audience, the stay home audience, and then they
Right.
lost the fact that no one knows this character, and they lost the fact that it's not even opening in China right now, and they lost the fact that like all this stuff is just hitting them like so hard, and they still made their money back. That's
Yeah.
that's that's a huge success.
It's also Labor
Godzilla,
Day weekend, and Labor Day
yeah,
weekends are known to not make that much money, and yet
Exactly.
it broke the record.
yeah.
Yep.
So it's a huge success. Godzilla vs Kong, huge success. Again, Japan was a huge market for it. I get that, but the idea is it made its money back and some. It did so good that they greenlighted a sequel. They greenlighted 3 sequels, and that's how
Yep.
good it did. The
No,
the thing is, yeah,
go ahead. Go
exactly.
ahead.
The thing is, we're in a movie stage right now where you shouldn't be thinking like this movie's gonna make a billion. That's just unrealistic. Billions are
Yeah.
probably gone. The thing is, you just got to be
No.
able, because these movies were made. A lot of these movies were idealized or made pre pandemic when movies would make so much money that your goal right now is not to make that much money. Your goal right now is to break even, to make your money back. So because every single time you don't make your money back, and they'll look at how much you didn't make it back. Like if it's as much Suicide Squad, they'd be like, "This sucks, like bad." Like, and I actually like Suicide Squad. I think it was a pretty good movie, but you can't. It did super bad financially. It's
Yeah.
not good
It
at
it,
all.
it lost $20 million.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like you said, Gavin. I mean, it's obviously the billion dollar standard's got to go, and that's studios have to get used to that. At the same time, it does feel like Marvel is the only studio that can survive these times and do these types of things.
Yeah,
But
and also I think Marvel doesn't have that $1 billion standard in their mind. They just like
no,
whatever money this movie makes, it's gonna make a lot. We know that because we're Marvel.
And they're fine.
So
A lot of
yeah,
their new stuff is just streaming now. A lot of their
yeah,
the thing about them is when they had that Disney investor call like a couple months ago. I think it's going to be like almost a year ago now. I don't know. But it was a
yeah.
while ago. They had that
It was
investor.
last December.
Yeah, they had that like investor thing. The thing was they announced they were like, this is a couple of new movie projects, but it was mostly Disney Plus projects because streaming was just
Yeah,
so popular, and Marvel,
yeah, and they also
WandaVision.
have like 5 streaming service shows and
Yeah,
like one special, and then 4 movies a year. that's how it's going to be. So they have 10 projects a year for Marvel now.
Yeah, like all those geeks and gamers type fucking people. Like Marvel's in a hot spot now. I'm like, Marvel's fine.
Yeah.
They're fine, dude.
Yeah.
They're
Speaking
making
of
so much money still.
Yeah, speaking of Marvel, what if Zombies came out
Oh yeah.
yesterday? So let's transition to that. How did you like? Did you like the episode, Gavin?
I did like. I don't know if it's as good as the Strange episode that came out last week, but I did like it.
I liked it. I really liked it. Because like it felt very like of Marvel zombies. You know, it felt like if MCU were to do a zombies thing, this is how it would have been. You know, um,
Yeah,
it was a fun way to start it because it's like cool how like it's like what if it's basically telling us Hank Pym will end up being a bad guy some way somehow. So I
yeah, he's
wonder if
gonna
that's
end the
also going to
Avengers
hint to
some
that in
way.
Ant-Man 3 that because like he brought back Janet and uh then when this happened, you know, Hank Pym went to go to Captain America and this happened. So and then Tony Stark went to I mean when they went to that. But then we had the survivors of Kurt from Ant-Man, the uh, David Ashemo's character, Peter Parker, which is not voiced by Tom Holland, but voiced by Hudson Thames, which I think he did a perfect job of voicing Peter Parker. Um,
He
and then
sounded
you
just
also,
like Tom Holland.
yeah, he did. And these are the survivors. You know, you have Hope, Bucky, Sharon, Bruce, Okoye, Peter. You also have Happy Hogan, but then he ultimately died. But then you have the zombies, which is Sam Wilson, Cap, Tony, like, and then we eventually learn
Hawkeye.
that, and then they get a signal from Vision, um, and then and then everyone's wondering why Vision's just there, and how the people that went there are now missing, and then Bucky goes looking and he finds Wanda and T'Challa, which T'Challa's leg is like broken, taking a
Yeah,
piece of leg to feed to Wanda, and then they try to escape, and yeah, and we all know what happens after that. That only three of them survive, um, to go to Wakanda, and then they find out that Thanos is outside of Wakanda, ready to
but not
attack
just any
Wakanda.
Thanos.
Not just any
Zombie
Thanos,
Thanos.
zombie Thanos. Which is the question is, uh, would he want to eat half of the population,
Would he want to eat
um,
half of the?
or would he want to make half the population into zombies? Um, that's the important question. The very
Yeah, because
important
I don't really know. Because the zombies, when we first saw them, they didn't seem that intelligent. But then they were like
but
using their
they were
moves and
used.
air. Yeah,
Oh my
exactly. They were
god!
like
Like
Hawkeye was using his arrows
I
and like
think it was also because like the way that the Vision and Scott explained is that it was that it's still zombies, but it's not like the zombies that everyone knows about. It's like they are just regular people with a zombie virus. So like so it's very using the whole thing where it's like zombies aren't dumb, whole thing where they're actually really smart and they know what to do and all that. And but yeah, I want a part two. Either
yeah.
in I think either in this season there'll be part two or next season there'll be part two.
I
But
mean,
the
it
only thing
left
is,
off on a big cliffhanger.
they did with zombie Thanos in front of Wakanda. So
He only needs
um,
one stone too.
he only needs the power stone, right? No,
The Mind
he
Stone.
needs the Mind Stone, and they're bringing it to him. Wow, wow.
Dang, dude.
So I wonder what's going. The other thing I realized is that all the what ifs, either because Peggy Carter what if ends with her becoming the Captain America that is going to be part of the Avengers, and then part two, the episode two, uh, ended off with Ego basically killing Earth.
Or
So
preparing to.
preparing to, so that's gonna end. That's like a bad ending. So we had a good ending with Peggy, bad ending with Ego. Third one is good ending because Hank Pym is, imprisoned, but then Loki takes over Earth. Um, Fourth one is Doctor Strange, and he basically collapses his own reality into like this little gem thing where Watcher can go to him and pick him up whenever. And then this fifth one ends up with zombie Thanos in front of Wakanda with with T'Challa, uh, Scott, and Peter bringing him the Mind Stone to Wakanda, thinking that Wakanda is safe still.
You know what I
Which it
thought
might
about
be,
too?
but it looks like Thanos is not in Wakanda, but in front of it. So he's not. He's right at the force field, you know.
Yeah. You know what it
So
reminded me of, Caden? The idea popped in my head that like, so they have the mind thing, and they're gonna have what's it called? They're gonna try to do the cure, but even if they do the cure, Thanos is still there with the stones. So like, no
yeah,
matter no
so
matter what,
no matter
no matter what,
if
they're
they do the
screwed.
cure, they have to fight Thanos, then cure everyone, or cure everyone, then fight Thanos. So either way, they have to fight Thanos some way, somehow. So it's definitely going to be interesting on
There's
what they
only
do.
three of them.
Um, and so yeah, like uh, so yeah, it's gonna be interesting how if they continue that in season two, or not. Um,
What if that's the end game?
oh, if that, oh, okay, yeah. So what I realized that the two similarities between Marvel Zombies the comic and the episode was the T'Challa thing, you know. And then funny thing is Hank Pym started the whole zombie thing, and then in the zombies, Hank Pym has T'Challa in captive, and Vision is connected to Hank Pym. So that's a cool thing that they did, like where it's like it's not Hank Pym that is holding T'Challa, it's Vision, but the whole reason why there's zombies is because of Hank Pym. So it's like it still has that Marvel Zombies comic stuff into it.
Yeah.
And I definitely want to, yeah, I definitely want to see more on what's. I like that Scott is like in this like base thing, like how in Futurama,
Yeah.
how that how they had all the. So it's just like and like all the pop culture references that they had in it, like like with Scott with when he had the levitating cloak, he was like Bloomgarden and Leviosa, like Harry Potter and like all the song references. They also had some Zack Snyder and Joss Whedon references back to back, like which was weird that like they referenced something from Joss and then they referenced Zack right after to cover up the Joss reference, kind of, or
Like,
like,
oh crap.
oh crap, we referenced Joss, so we had to reference the Zack thing real quick.
They
But I think,
cancel out.
yeah, they cancel each other out, so there's no reference to either one now. So, um, but yeah, like this episode, I really like this episode.
Is it
How
your
would you
favorite?
rank? How would you rank the past 5 episodes so far?
Okay, I would probably go number one is probably Strange
Okay,
still, and then I think number two is probably the zombies one because I also really
yeah.
liked it. The number three is probably number three is probably T'Challa. Four is the evil Hank Pym, and
Mhm.
then five is probably Peggy.
I think it's the same, pretty much the same for me.
And I
Yeah,
like all of them. It's just if I had to
yeah, I
rank.
really like all of them. I just like the other ones more than the other.
Yeah, definitely.
Like it's like I love this series. This series it's showing the variety of what if questions and style of what if. It's not just to be like, oh, what if Hank Pym became Ant-Man and stayed as Ant-Man and created Avengers.
Yeah, it's not like a
It's not.
boring.
It's
That's
not.
what if.
No,
Like,
it's
what
like
if Thor
what if
had a
him
hamburger
went to go
today?
get Janet from the quantum realm and brought back a virus that basically killed everyone but these group of survivors, and these group of survivors now have to go to Wakanda, where the zombie Thanos is there with all the Infinity Stones but the Mind Stone, and you have to cure everyone and fight Thanos at the same time. So, and it's just another thing is like, okay, so if Thanos is actually in Wakanda and has killed everyone in Wakanda already and turned them into zombies, then it's everyone against Peter, Scott, and T'Challa. And T'Challa has one leg. He doesn't have, so it's like,
I mean,
so
I bet
it's
if he could find like a robotic
yeah.
something.
I'm sure he can find something in like Wakanda that has like Wakanda tech where he can make a leg. But it's like, but if Thanos is right at the border, they have to go in to Wakanda, create a leg, do all the cure, and same time fight Thanos. So it's not like where it's like, oh yeah, like we can do it. No, it's like you had to fight this big bad that you would have fight regardless. But now you have two things to deal with. You have the cure and Thanos.
Yeah,
Um,
it's like no matter what, you kind of fucked. You don't have,
you are yeah. It's yeah. That's like I think that's like the thing. Like all these alternate realities are fucked either way. You know
yeah, they ended
that's why
like the
they're not
worst
supposed to
way.
exist because either way they're gonna close at some point. You know. Um.
I hope that they use animation more and like
Oh
like
yeah. Like
my friend had like
they have they have two other series in the works that I think Victoria talked about when she did that interview. One was revealed earlier this a week ago or 2 weeks ago. The other one we don't know what's about, but I definitely think they're gonna use um, animated stuff more so they can be like, okay, so I wonder if they're gonna do a Captain America Returning the Stones in animation.
that would
So
be
they don't have
cool.
because they don't now they don't have to use Chris Evans. They can use Josh Keaton
Yeah,
and Hugo Weaving or the other actor that played Red Skull, and like they like all the actors like because Chris Evans off to do Apple TV and stuff with the Russo brothers and stuff like that. So I think he won't be available anymore to do Captain America stuff.
yeah,
Um,
definitely. I think
because also what I realized is that after Justin Kroll, who broke the Captain America, that Steve Rogers or Chris Evans coming back, is that he hasn't that anyone that reported on it after after Variety and the Hollywood Reporter, like a day after they took those stories down, and the only one that's up now is Deadlines, and which is written by Justin Kroll, and Justin Kroll hasn't had the Marvel Studios story, so I think it might have been a confusion on the Captain America 4 front, where it was like, oh, we're not sure if it's when they saw Captain America 4, they're like, maybe it's Chris Evans coming back, and they broke that story without really looking into it, and
yeah.
like, oopsie daisy, so I don't really think Chris Evans is gonna come back for a full on project. Probably like a cameo, like as like Hydra Cap, possibly,
Uh,
and then that'll be it. And then
yeah,
we'll still see Steve Rogers somewhere, probably like I said in animated form. Throughout What If series and possibly a animated Return of the Stone series. But animation, I think animation is a very strong thing that they can go for with
oh
stuff
yeah,
they don't want to tell in live action.
that
Like if
definitely
they don't, um,
like you're saying, like I think a huge part of it is like the Captain America thing. I think they could find a lot of themes like I'm not gonna say plot holes, but a lot of like unknown themes that they can fill in animation. Like
yeah,
a
yeah, they can.
dude, he had the idea of a dude I was talking to like like what if they made like because the Vision's gonna be heavily influenced on what if there's gonna be that Ultron Vision episode, and then we have this
Yeah,
one, and like it's just a lot of Vision is He's like, what if there's like a show, like an animated show, so you don't have to get like Paul Bettany back in makeup because we know that he doesn't like that.
Yeah.
What if you get his
He's like, I like the makeup, but at the same time, it's very stressful sometimes, and
yeah,
I
like
completely
what if you just
understand.
get his voice to be
Yeah,
like the head of like the White
yeah,
Vision show? You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like get
you
him
can,
like
yeah, and you can,
let's see his
because I know
adventures.
like there's
Because
a possibility that he shows up in Armor Wars, so he's like there, and then also a possibility where he's like part of the Thunderbolts or whatever, and then realizes he's not supposed to be part of that, and then he goes to do the Young Avengers Initiative or whatever, and to go off and really find himself, because at the end of WandaVision with White Vision, Vision doesn't know himself now,
he's going to
he
find himself.
yeah, he needs to find himself,
And that's what
because
I think a great animated show would be awesome for.
that would be cool to see White Vision animated and figure out like his story, and then that'll be like between WandaVision and his next appearance. This is what happened with White Vision.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Uh,
Like
because
going back into
Wanda
Wakanda.
doesn't know that White Vision out there,
Yeah,
She thinks that her vision, the one that she created, killed him,
yeah.
So she's like, okay. But I think what would be cool is like, what if we get to see White Vision? What if she sees White Vision in Doctor Strange 2 near the end? And then that's what breaks her even more, That like, oh snap,
I think it
he's
actually
alive, but
might
he's not the
bring her
same.
back. Like I think so. The
And then
reports that
yeah,
I've
and he'll
seen is
be
that
the one
she's the
to bring
villain.
her back into reality.
Yeah,
Like her kids and him will want to bring her back into reality after the whole Darkhold mess. Um, but I definitely still think they might do a Children's Crusade story where it's like Billy and Tommy needs to find where Wanda is, and I think they might do a twist where it's still Agatha. That's still like after Wanda went crazy with the Darkhold, some of her spells broke, and one of the spells is with Agatha, and Agatha is now went to go get Wanda again after she's distressed after her kids seeing her like this monster. So maybe, you know,
you know what I think it might be too is like a demon, like Nightmare or I don't want to say
or
it again, but
Shuma-Gorath, like,
Mephisto. Yeah, Shimagora. Because here's the
because
thing. So you watch Shang-Chi, right? You watch
yeah,
Shang-Chi? Do you
yeah, with
remember
Dweller in the
when?
Darkness.
Yeah, do you remember when Win Wu, like he got like that darkness thing of like it was a voice going in his head, showing like the
Yeah,
wife like his greatest desire. What if that's happening to Wanda with another one of these,
yeah, because
demon
if because
things?
like because Dweller of Darkness is a Fear Lord, which the Fear Lords are Nightmare, Dweller, Chthon, Shuma, and like two other ones. So yeah,
Yeah, it could be. That'd be really, like Nightmare. Like Nightmare's been rumored in this movie since like 2 years ago. So
yeah,
maybe him.
he was Scott Derrickson's villain because Scott Derrickson is well, it's believed that Scott Derrickson was going to do a small multiverse murder mystery where Nightmare is just like murdering people throughout the multiverse with but without them knowing that it's Nightmare, and someone is framed and that person is Clea, and Clea is framed, so they have to and that's like that was like basically like a multiverse murder story, but it wasn't gonna be huge. It was just gonna be small. But then again, if you're gonna introduce a multiverse, you can't just do a small story. If you're gonna introduce the multiverse, you gotta do it big. So I think that's why Scott left, because he wanted to do small. But I think he realized, yeah, you do have to go big, and he probably is like, I don't know how to go big right now.
He pro Scott. Yeah, Scott's one of those dudes that like he's more of a story driven dude where like this movie's meant to
Right.
be more of like an expanding movie, Like it's
Yeah,
not gonna be
that's
this
the
movie is
space.
not. Yeah,
Unless it's a solo, like a first solo, like full on solo, where it's like like Shang-Chi and Eternals. It's not gonna. Other films are not going to be a small film. It's gonna be big. Um, to so they because again like they just had Endgame out 2 years ago, and then Far From Home and Captain Marvel after that. And people, like, some people don't like Captain Marvel, some people don't like Far From Home, and then you come back with WandaVision and Falcon Winter Soldier. The people start, being more invested in this phase, and then Loki, more people, and then with What If, you're also grabbing more people with the end results of Loki into What If.
Yeah. And
So
Shang-Chi is doing great, so
yeah,
highly rated.
it broke Labor Day records. But so
Did
we'll
you
see
like the
what.
movie?
Yeah, I really like the movie.
Dude, it's probably in my top 10. I
Oh,
don't know about
it's
top.
definitely in my top 10, or
Dude,
probably top 5.
yeah, no, I was gonna say top 5, but then I just remembered like like the Cat movies and the Avengers ones. Now I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know about that, but it's definitely my top 10.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's around like top 5, top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
want to know what my favorite scene was in the movie? And I've watched it like over and over again, like on like the leak websites and stuff. Is the part when Win Wu uh goes after the murderers of his wife. The
Oh
one,
yeah, that.
dude, it's so
Uh,
badass.
oh my God, that like rest in peace, Brad Allen, who was Bruce Lee's like protege. Who funny thing is, I saw someone else on like so I was just like scrolling through TikTok, and I found a dude who basically trained Bruce Lee and Brad Allen, and was like, he was really proud about the movie, and he was like, this is how martial arts should be in movies. Um, and he was like, and he said Brad inspired him to possibly come into Hollywood and become a martial arts like specialist in Hollywood. I'm like, wow, yes, please, like we need, like you said, we need more uh martial arts like that.
It's
Because
better fight scenes, like
yeah,
not having to
it
put a stunt double in is like the thing about Mortal Kombat is, and Kate, I don't know if you agree or not, but the thing about Mortal Kombat, the movie was it was a lot of cool fights, but there was so much cutting. The camera just cut,
that
cut,
is
cut,
true.
cut, cut, because
Yeah,
they're just trying to hide the fact that it's an actor fighting. And I'm like, but you need to hire an actor who can fight.
yeah.
That's
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 what.
the good thing.
Also, people were like, oh, like I wish they got an actor who can do drama and can fight. I'm like, no, Simo was perfect because it was this it was he had the drama, he had the comedy, he can fight. He he had all the acting chops that was perfect for Shang-Chi. And
He was great.
yeah, and
I
I'm
still
like,
think
like,
that Tony Leung was definitely the breakout performance for me. I just wasn't expecting.
oh yeah,
Like he's probably
it's his
one of
first
my favorite
it's his
villains.
first American performance, and he says he
Really?
loved working with, yeah. During that behind the scenes, like literally, I think the day before, the Wednesday before Thursday, they
Dude, he
released
is
the
so
video,
talented.
behind the scenes video, and he said, "I love everyone working with everyone. This is my first American set," and he was like, "But we're in Australia, filming this, and it's just like it's my first American production, so it's like it's amazing how everyone works, and it's a family." And the girl who plays Z Lang, it's her first movie. It's her first, like
Yeah.
the way she was talking about how she got it, was like, and she didn't know it was a Marvel movie until uh, doing this chemistry reads. Um, she got it like the casting call in the group chat was like with her friends, and they're like, oh, one of her friends like, oh, I'm gonna go audition for this, uh, and then Meng was like, I want to also audition, I want to try out. And look what happened. She got the
Yeah.
role and she killed it.
I'm really excited to see Shang-Chi a part of the like new Avengers. Like I want to
Yeah,
see what his chemistry is like with like a Moon Knight. Like I want to see a bunch of this cool stuff. Like all this team up. That's like the best part of this connected universe is you can get Shang-Chi, Moon Knight, She-Hulk all fighting together.
yeah.
It's gonna be so cool. I can't wait. But he has the 10 rings, right?
Shang-Chi has the Ten Rings with,
He has, but his sister has the organization.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Which I don't think she's gonna do what her father did. I think she's gonna turn it into like the competition that she does, the tournaments and stuff, where
Okay.
she's like gonna have her own warriors inside of the competition. You know, and those are also like the bodyguards or whatever, like whatever. Like those are like that's what she's gonna do. You know, because she doesn't seem like the type that she's gonna like. Sean, I took over Dad's thing, and now
Yeah.
I'm going to fight you. Like
And yeah.
what? Like they didn't end up on bad blood. They ended up like a brother sister, like
Yeah.
saying
He saved
goodbye
her,
but
right?
not full on goodbye. You know.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
Shang-Chi, dude. The end. I even love, dude. The dragon looked amazing.
the Great Protector is amazing. I knew it was gonna be amazing, so I bought a Funko Pop, and it's right at my desk. It's like my Funko Pop is basically the Great Protector, Baron Zemo, Winter Soldier, and Jay Garrick. And I believe I also have some Spider-Man No Way Home Funkos coming in as well. So I'm really
Yeah. I mean,
excited.
I'm looking at mine. I have like different sections of mine, and so I
I
have
also have
Marvel.
Zoom, but I can't find my Zoom.
Oh, from the
And it was
Flash.
signed by Teddy Series.
Oh, dude, Teddy Sears signed your Zoom.
Yeah, and I can't find it.
Dude, what? That's awesome. That's when the
Yeah,
Flash was good.
I bought it at Kamikaze. Um, and it was like um 3 years ago. Yeah, it was like my second time going to Stanley's Kamikaze, and it was just like it was it was like like the last one, and so I was like, can I buy that? But they're like, but I was like, I don't have enough money to buy it if it's the last one. They're like, here, just take it. Give me 20, take it. I'm like, oh, just buying at regular price. So it was a very nice get that I got. So now, but I can't find it. I think it's in my garage.
That is super cool. That's back
Yeah,
when the Flash was good.
yeah, yeah. It was. Um,
Back in
yeah,
the season 1, season 2 era,
yeah.
before the dark
I
times.
was talking about the Flash and how like season 1, 2 were like the best seasons, and season 3 was like okay, like you're falling off a little bit, but you're still there.
Yeah, like you could
Season 4 and
recover.
5 were just like season 4 and 5 was just like what the fuck is going on? Like
I
I was
haven't
just
even
like,
kept up. It just got so
and then
cringy.
season 6, I watched season 6. I haven't watched season 7, a lot of it, but the episodes I watched, I was like, okay, it's getting somewhat better. And like for me, like I'm realizing a lot of the lighting is the problem for the visual effects. If they had good lighting, then the visual effects would. It's TV visual effects, but it's short film lighting, So
Yeah,
it's like it needs better lighting. If they had better lighting, the visual effects could pass. It
and the
also needs
storytelling just stopped. Like I think storytelling
it
dropped off
needs
season 3.
it 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 definitely has better like again like this season was heavily affected by COVID, but again it was just like Eric Wallace. Everyone thought Eric Wallace was gonna like be like the biggest savior of the show, although he is still a savior for the show, but he's not the biggest one. That like
Yeah,
he still is making better creative choices and business choices with some things, but yeah, it's the lighting is the problem because if the lighting was good, again, it's TV writing, it's TV visual effects. I don't care. It's the lighting.
you watch
Uh,
Arrow?
um, yeah, I watched Arrow. Arrow,
So
I liked until the last season. Last
I,
season is okay.
the thing about Arrow was like there was a period where the first 2 seasons were great. Third one, like the Flash, it kind of dropped off. Fourth one was not good, but there was a season 5. It heated up again. Like Adrian
Yeah,
Chase, Prometheus.
5 and 6 heated up, and then 7 was just not it.
Yeah, that's what I thought the Flash was gonna be like for 5 and 6, and I was like, This happened with Arrow. It's gonna happen. It's gonna heat back up, and it never did. Never heated back up.
Yeah. Yeah, with Arrow, like, funny thing is with Arrow, the actor who played Captain Boomerang and that is playing Eclipso in Stargirl. So that's cool. That
I
like they
haven't
kept him in.
I haven't gone into Stargirl. Is it good? Do you like it?
It's good. I like it. Yeah, I really like it. I think it it's again. I know people hate this name and they hate this person, but I really think Jeff Johns is really good with DC TV. If he's not, if it's a character that he has written himself, like, if it's a character that he has
Yeah.
had actual real input in, not like how he was doing Krypton, some stuff with Krypton. Krypton was good. It was just lacking in some parts,
I mean, even
Um,
his Jeff Johns' new Batman stuff isn't great. Like it's
yeah,
just
it's
it's
just
when he's trying
like
to take over new characters, like the old fashioned characters. It's just not. He's not doing them
yeah,
great
no.
with.
But if it's a newer character that doesn't have a full and fledged storyline, then I think he can. If it's a character that he has created, or if it's a new character that doesn't have a full and fledged storyline, then yeah, he does well with those characters.
Yeah.
If it's a character that he has full on like input that everyone loved for this character, then yeah, he does good. If it's so it's like these are the three things that he's good with: characters he's created, characters they had full on input that everyone liked, or if it's a new character that doesn't have a full and fledged story that needs some help, you know.
Yeah,
Um,
because then he
but
can work with it.
but
Because like
yeah, he can work with it.
no one wanted him to do Batman. No
No,
one wanted him to do Superman.
no one wants him to touch Shazam anymore. Like like
Well,
it's
Shazam's in a good spot now. I don't think he
yeah,
needs to
Shazam's a
touch
good
it.
spot now, but like when he did Shazam, it was terrible. I was just like, no, this is not Shazam. This is Batman Jr.
You mean the movie? Oh, I thought you were talking about the
No,
comic
not the
books.
movie. The comics. The comic that he did.
Oh,
Volume 1 was
yeah,
fine, but then moving on, it felt like Batman Jr. to me.
yeah,
It felt
no,
like the
exactly. Shazam now, I think like the Shazam Laugh story was really good, and I know he didn't do that.
No, he did not do that, which I'm glad because he needs to stay away from.
Dude,
He needs to.
The Shazam Who Laugh story was so good.
I know why he did Shazam because Shazam and Stargirl are somewhat similar, but man, it was not it, not it at all.
Did you read Shazam Who Laughs?
Shazam Who Laughs?
Yeah, it's a kind of like a spin-off of Batman Who Laughs. They took the Shazam character and put him in that world.
Oh, I didn't not read that.
Oh no, it's a little cool else world where like Shazam turns
Yeah,
evil and he like
yeah,
goes after all the gods. Like he goes after Atlas, Hercules, and he like Zeus. He goes after all the gods and kills them and like becomes
that's
like
super cool.
the god killer, which is really cool.
Yeah, that is super cool. As we're about to hit the 1 hour and 30 minute mark, how what is from what are you looking forward to What If and what are you looking forward to in the Insomniac games?
So with What If, I'm really looking forward to. We saw some stuff in the trailers, like the Ultron stuff looks really interesting. Killmonger saving Iron Man, which really interesting.
Yeah,
The yeah, no, I'm glad. I think there's 8 episodes. So
9 episodes this season.
nine 9 episodes. So I'm really looking forward to because the first five to me have been good, and I love some of them are awesome, some of them are great. It's just there's not to me there hasn't been a bad one yet, and I'm really excited to see it continue for the Insomnia games. Really excited about Wolverine. I think it's really cool. Craven getting more spotlight because I know that Craven he's getting his new Sony Pictures movie, kind of like Morbius, kind of like Venom. So I can't wait, and it's gonna be really fun to see what that character of Craven the Hunter does next for Sony because I know they casted the Quicksilver
Aaron
guy.
Taylor Johnson.
Yeah, they casted Aaron Taylor Johnson to play him, which you get a big
I'm
name.
actually intrigued by that.
Yeah, I
But
think it's gonna be good. He's a great
yeah,
actor.
I think yeah. But thank you, Benson's, for the £5 super chat. Hey everyone, Matrix trailers in one snapshot. Do we see robots repairing Neo? Yes, we do. We do see that. Also, why is Morbius young? Reboot Matrix. And I will say hi to Tyler for you. And yes, thank you so much, Benson's. Thank you so much. And if you want to send us your chat, you can. But we're about to wrap up, so don't do that now, because if we kept on sending super chats, then we'll be on here for another 3 hours.
I know.
So yeah,
And Austin left us hanging. So.
yeah, he feels a little sick right now. I don't know. So
I love Austin.
Yeah.
It's just I find it funny that he was all like, you know what, I'm out.
Right. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the upcoming What If episodes, and really looking forward to Gamora Thanos. See how that goes. Gamora hunting Tony Stark, which would be cool to see, and Party Thor, of course, and to
Yeah.
see the interactions between Captain Carter and Doctor Supreme, and all of those guys.
Yeah, Killmonger Panther looks cool
Oh my
too.
god, that is gonna be a cool episode too. Like that whole like Killmonger versus Gamora Thanos possibly, uh, and like that whole like it's like Iron Man and Black Panther
Yeah.
and Avengers.
Good guy Killmonger Black Panther is just a really cool idea.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah.
Oh no, you're
So
good, Austin. Austin just calling. No, Austin,
oh
you're
yeah,
fine.
you're
If it's
fine.
something
Awesome.
like that, you don't have to be here.
Yeah. So quick recap. Insomniac announced Wolverine and Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 villains are Craven and Venom. Venom's voiced by Tony Todd. Matrix 4 trailer came out. It shows a lot of cool stuff in there. But if the rumor implies true, then maybe it'll be a flop. They also What If Zombies came out yesterday, and tonight Lucifer season 6 premieres. So if you want to catch that on Netflix, you can. Tonight. So yeah, and then Halloween Kills is day and date. Some people are saying it's not because of bad reviews and bad and the mixed reviews. It's because of the attention Peacock will now get. So
Yeah,
that's
because
interesting,
in the back of my
because
head,
not a lot of
horror
people know
movies.
about Peacock.
Yeah,
And
the thing
I think
about
Halloween
horror
Kills like
movies.
that, and also it's small budget, so either way it's
Yeah,
gonna make its money.
yeah, because horror movies do make a lot. Horror movies have that
Yeah, horror
audience.
movies has a big audience, and
Like what's
Halloween
it called?
has a bigger
And
audience as well.
yeah,
And
definitely.
and this is like this is the not the finale, but the finale before the finale. So
It's the Infinity War to the end game.
yes, it's something more to the game, and hopefully it stays that way. Hopefully they don't say psych and do some prequel thing. If they
Yeah.
do a prequel, then fine. But I hope the prequel's not gonna disrupt the new timeline that they're
You think you'll ever see
creating.
Michael's face? Is that like the end game reveal?
I hope not.
You don't think we'll ever see it?
I hope not. But if we do, I'm fine with it.
What if it's like the final shot of the last movie and they cut it away right
Oh,
before he takes it off?
that'll be, I'm sure everyone will go crazy.
Oh
And
yeah,
then
dude.
if they do that, then people are gonna ask for a continuation. But
Dude,
that's why
that
I
would
hope
be
it's not.
so crazy.
But if it's a prequel, fine, yeah, do a prequel. But don't mess
I'm
up
gonna watch
the
it.
new stories. the stories that you're creating with these two movies.
Yeah.
With
Well, we're on the
full
1
movie.
hour 30-minute mark. Thanks, dude.
Yeah.
Caden, thanks so much for having me, dude. Thanks to you
Yeah,
and
no
Austin
problem.
for being
Yeah,
here.
it's awesome to talk to everyone about all these awesome things that are happening, and hopefully tomorrow we get to talk more about all these crazy things with a possible pop culture nightly episode.
Yeah.
But if we don't do that tomorrow, you'll definitely see us Saturday with, I believe, Ty is interviewing Dave the Film Junkie on Saturday, so you can catch that. So, yeah, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We do it for you, and we do it for the culture.